Hey everybody, Adam the Movie Guy here, and on this episode I will be naming my top 7 horror scream queens of 2025 with a few honorable mentions thrown in there. Now, there are 2 factors behind my list for the entries, one major and one slightly less major. Still very important though. The major factor is how much I like the character overall in the story with the personality, writing, and impact they had on me. And the slightly less major factor is, well, how attractive I find them.
You're thinking with your dick.
Ding ding ding! What do we have for him, Johnny?
Take your dick away.
No, I don't think I will. Alright, starting with the list at number 7 is Pearline from Sinners, played by Jamie Lawson. Pearline in the film shows up at the juke joint after Sammy was shooting a shot with her, despite the fact that she's married, and she's impressed by him, so they end up fooling around and becoming pretty enamored with each other. She's beautiful, tough, and she's got an amazing voice. And judging by the way she was singing after Sammy ate her out backstage, I think up until the vampire attack, she was having the time of her fucking life. So honestly, good for her. At the number 6 spot is Danica from I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025, played by Madeline Klein. Danica is one of those characters where you're slightly annoyed by her at first, but the more the film goes on, she becomes more and more endearing to the point where you kind of start to love her. She's somewhat out there in her personality, but that's a big reason why I like her, and she's a beautiful blonde. Side note, the look she was rocking for the premiere of the movie. Just put them in my mouth. Aw. At the number 5 spot is Allie from Hard Eyes, played by Olivia Holt. She starts off as a typical rom-com type of character who, unfortunately for her, she's not in a rom-com, she's in a fucking slasher film. And her chemistry with Mason Gooding's Jay was just absolutely great. I just bought them completely as strangers slowly falling for each other while being targeted by the Hard Eyes killer. Also, she's fucking cute as hell. The biggest laugh I got during the movie is when her and Jay were at her place and she's trying to hide her fucking vibrator from him, and when the killer shows up, she fucking chucks that Pussy Punisher 3000 with real feel action right at his head. Now that is how you advertise a product in a movie. Last thing on the subject of the Hard Eyes movie, with the hippie side chick fucking her boyfriend in the van who gets killed in the movie. Best kill in the entire movie, by the way. I gotta be honest, if you thought Sammy's head game from Sinners was strong, just look at this girl's. At the number 4 spot is Iris from Final Destination Bloodlines, played by Breck Basinger. She was so sweet and happy before her whole life went to absolute shit after getting that premonition when she was young in the late 1960s. Her character is just so endearing in the beginning of the movie, and you really feel bad how her life turned out with her alienating herself from her family and cutting herself off from the world. She's also absolutely beautiful. The film's opening disaster scene with her is my favorite one in the entire franchise, which after all these years and 6 installments in, it's great to know they still got some juice left in the series. At the number 3 spot is Maya from Strangers, Chapter 2, played by Madeline Pesh. Now, I absolutely love Madeline in Riverdale. She played the perfect Cheryl Blossom from Archie comic books. She's talented, has charisma, and she's drop dead gorgeous, especially with that flaming red hair. So when I found out she was casted in a new trilogy of Stranger films as the lead actress, I said, let's fucking go. And while I have mixed feelings on the two films released so far as of this recording, with one more in the trilogy coming out soon, Madeline's Maya is the best thing about this new trilogy, without a doubt. She's relatable, she's sweet, and tough, giving the psychotic fucks chasing her nonstop and weird-ass townspeople she's been dealing with. I really hope she makes it out in part 3. At the number 2 spot is Justine from Weapons, played by Julia Gardner. I felt so bad for this woman throughout the whole movie, where she's treated as the town pariah since everybody suspects her in the school kids' disappearances, since they were all in her classroom. It's frustrating because on one hand, you understand the parents being upset and wanting answers. On the other hand, Justine, while having flaws like everyone else, is genuinely a great and caring and kind-hearted teacher who they have zero evidence she's done anything wrong, and it comes down to that old school mentality of just wanting someone to blame and direct your anger out on. And it's ultimately the classic case of persecuting this vulnerable, easy to blame woman, since she's the most convenient choice. And I just wanted to give her a hug and say, I believe you and you're gonna be fine. So, to put it in simple terms for the parents of the kids in the film, I wanted to say this: leave this sweet woman alone, you goofy fucking goobers. Before getting into the number 1 spot, I want to list some honorable mentions, some of which kind of bend the rules, but you know what? I make the fucking rules, I do what I want, so let's go. Honorable mentions 1 and 2 are Julie and Carla from 2025's I Know What You Did Last Summer, played once again by Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Brandy Norwood, returning once again to play their most well-known film roles. I gotta tell you all listening that JLH and Brandy look absolutely stunning and just slide right back into the role so easily, no matter how many years it has been. And no matter how brief they're in the role, particularly in Brandy's case, since her return was in the post-credits cameo scene, spoiler by the way. I always loved Jennifer Love Hewitt's Julie, especially from part 2 in the franchise. But let me turn everyone's attention over to Brandy's Carla, who's looking fine as wine these days. Hey Brandy, how you doing, boo? You may be doing good, but you look wonderful. This woman right here just screams queen out of every single pore in her body.
Ooh, you go, girl. Ooh, I do go.
And no matter who is playing the live action version of the role, Brandy will always be the definitive version of Cinderella for me. Her voice is just incredible. Listen to her singing it in my own little corner from 97's Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella, which is my favorite song in the movie. Sorry in advance for the bad quality. I literally had to record this handheld while playing it on the TV like it's fucking 2012 YouTube, since the only versions I could find online were fucking dog shit quality. So here's a minute and a quarter of the song I edited together.
In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Egyptian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in my land. I'm an Aries who has always had her silk made. My own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl, men go mad for love's a game. I can play with a cool and confident kind of air. And I'm glad to be back in my own little corner, all alone, in my own little chair.
Cinderella!
Honorable mention 3 is Elizabeth from Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, played by the queen herself, Mia Goth. She was beautiful, intriguing, and had amazing chemistry with both Victor and especially the monster. I honestly just wish we had more of her in the movie. Honorable mention 4 is Pam from Silent Night, Deadly Night 2025 remake, played by Ruby Modine. She plays this very pretty woman with a dark side perfectly in the remake of the slasher classic, and she was my favorite aspect of the movie, especially her relationship with Rohan Campbell's Billy. I absolutely love the Terrifier 3 Christmas song. I'm gonna play that every single time I cover a Christmas horror film until the day I fucking croak. Also, one last quick thing about Ruby Modine, who played Pam in Silent Night Deadly Night. I just found out she's actually the daughter of Matthew Modine, aka Private Joker from Full Metal Jacket and all sorts of other iconic roles, but she's also half Puerto Rican like me, so she just went from a 9 to a motherfucking 12. My boy T knows what's up.
We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for the fun. We're up all night to get lucky.
Honorable mentions 5 and 6 are cheats since they're not from a horror film but horror TV show, but I don't give a rat's ass since I'm in charge and they earn their spots in the honorable mentions section. And these two characters are from the TV show It, Welcome to Derry. The first one is Charlotte Hanlon, played by Taylor Page.
Hey, I know she got it cause she looking at me like she want it. She dropping low, maybe wanna throw some D's on it. Hey.
And I've been hyping her up ever since the show first aired for how beautiful she is. I mean, for fuck's sakes, this woman got me talking like I'm Preacher from Don't Be a Menace.
Oh my God, the mother of Mecca is right here before me. Do my eyes not deceive me, or am I looking at the goddess Isis herself?
And the number 6 honorable mention, now hear me out guys, is Ingrid Kirsch, played by Madeleine Stowe. She's the daughter of Bob Gray, aka the real Pennywise the Clown that It killed and taken his form. Let me tell you all something. She is absolutely beautiful, and she's fucking crazy as hell, which is even more attractive to me. The actress Madeleine Stowe is 67 years old in real life, and I swear I thought she was at least 20 years younger. I didn't know she was the actual age of the character she played in It, Welcome to Derry, which shocked the hell out of me. And when she's rocking that clown makeup in the scene with Pennywise, I said to myself, damn baby, I'm down to clown. She can honk my horn any day of the fucking week. Beep beep Ingrid. Smokey from Friday sums up my feelings of the character Ingrid perfectly.
Damn, I knocked the dust off that pussy.
The 7th final honorable mention is another cheat since it is the character of Sister Paxton from the film Heretic, played by Chloe East. Now, this is a cheat since the film came out in 2024. However, I myself didn't see the film until very recently in 2025 as of this recording, so I'm counting it. I saw it with my big sister Susie one night, and as soon as the film started, I was immediately taken by how lovely Chloe East's character Sister Paxton was. I even said out loud to my sister, wow, don't you think she's beautiful? And Sue, who loves busting my chops to get a reaction on me, just says, she's aight. And I was like, no, Sue. I myself, after the person looking at me has had a lot of alcoholic beverages, am just aight. She's beautiful. She is just so cute in the opening scene of the movie where she's talking to Sister Barnes, played by Sophie Thatcher, about this pornographic video you can't see what I'm doing right now, guys. I'm doing air finger quotes, accidentally came across this porno she watched and somehow manages to tie it into her belief in the existence of God.
You hear this lady yell through the wall, "We can hear you!" And the couple stops sexy. And the look of embarrassment and horror on their faces was so painful. And the porno girl who's like taking it from behind-ish says something defiant like, "good," under her breath. You can literally see her soul being sucked out of her body. Right then and there, all of her dignity gone. As if realizing for the first time, like, wow, this is my life. I'm effing a stranger on camera for money. And I just thought, like, wow, that is really poignant. Because, like, in that moment, I was like, yeah, God's real. We have souls. It's divine confirmation.
Do you watch a lot of...
No, I do not. No, I do not watch pornography. No.
It's okay.
No, no,
Yeah,
I'm not.
I know.
Not a pornography.
Chloe East's performance in the opening scene immediately endeared me to her character sister Paxton with how wholesome she was while talking about accidentally bullshit watching porno and tying it into her religious faith. I don't know how or why, but it's bizarrely wholesome. After that little speech of hers, I remember turning to my sister Sue and saying, "See, that woman right there is wife material to me. I want a Christian wife now, if they're even half as endearing and wholesome as this fictional character." Oh, and she has to watch the film Jaws. That's non-negotiable. One last thing I want to say about the character of Sister Paxton before moving on is I felt so bad for her in the very beginning of the film when those asshole teens pulled down her pants, exposing her traditional Mormon underwear to humiliate her during a photo they were taking with her together, and she was shown crying in the very next scene. That honestly pissed me right the fuck off, and I told my sister she needs to hold me back before I climb into the world of the movie and put those kids' head through a fucking door, because they made my wife cry, damn it. Alright, now on to the number one spot and my favorite Scream Queen of 2025, and that is without a shadow of a doubt, Quinn from Clown in a Cornfield, played by Katie Douglas. I love the book and especially the sequel, which is my favorite in the series. Quinn is such a great final girl, and when it was announced a live-action film was being made to adapt the novel, I got excited, and the actress they hired to play Quinn, Katie Douglas, was perfect. She was down to earth, she was sympathetic, realistic, strong, and even kind of a little bit of funny in a low-key sort of way. And Katie Douglas is just absolutely stunning. She's got the face and voice of a fucking angel. And spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the film, when she takes out the chief of police who's a corrupt fucking psychopath and says the iconic line from the book, I popped.
You got that? And I'm not your fucking sweetheart. Not your fucking sweetheart.
Glorious. Katie Douglas killed the role of Quinn. I cannot fucking believe my boy Chris did not dig the film. He said it was too much Scooby-Doo bullshit and essentially brings the film down, and my response was that is such horse pussy, and it's exactly why I enjoyed it. I remember that conversation like it was yesterday. Alright, boss, be honest with me. What is your problem with Clown in a Cornfield?
It's a kid's cartoon. It's a fucking Scooby-Doo remake.
I mean, it's true, but it's still good. You really don't think it's good?
It's not good at all, Adam.
Oh, come on, that is such horse pussy. That movie is amazing.
I mean, I guess. If you're sitting down with, some cookies and your little juice box, sure, maybe you could have a good time watching it. But it's not a good movie.
Christ, can we at least agree on one thing, that the main girl Quinn was a certified baddie?
I mean, sure. But she didn't save the movie.
Damn, boss. Why don't you just tell me to stop breathing right the fuck now?
Stop breathing.
Damn. See? I really did say horse pussy. I was trying something new and hoping it landed. Judging by his confused silence, I'd say it landed pretty well. Although I strongly disagree with Quinn not saving the movie since she was the fucking movie. And my favorite Scooby-Doo-esque moment was the covering the mouth gag where they did the rule of three, with the third one being the money shot in the preview for the film. You can honestly add Scooby-Doo music to it and it would fit pretty well. Well guys, this was my list for top Scream Queens of 2025. I hope you all enjoyed listening and got a good laugh out of it. I cannot wait to see what 2026 has in store for all of us when it comes to the horror genre. This has been Adam the Movie Guy. I'll see you all next year.
Really?
I know I couldn't help but be that asshole and do the joke every freaking person does when it comes to the end of December. Oh, and just one more thing. Merry Christmas!